Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday, hump day, and if you're watching this live, you're about to set yourself up perfectly today. So we're going to be doing a simple workout. It's going to focus on kettlebell full body movements and core work. It's as simple as that. Always bring it back to the basics. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just going to cover up and mute myself there because nobody wants to listen to it. And we're going to be doing Tabata format. It's going to be 4 rounds of Tabata. Round 1 is going to be focusing on kettlebell functional movement. Then the next one's going to be focusing on abs, then kettlebell, then abs. So by the end of this session, you're going to be sweating and your abs are going to be nice and contracted. So all you need is your kettlebell and a bit of floor space. You don't even need a chair or a table today. You might need a wall for a little bit of support for some of it, but other than that, you're good to go. So we're just going to let a few more people come on. If you're watching this on record, give us a comment below. Give us a tag. Let us know how you got on. If any questions, again, throw it up on the screen, whether it's live or whether it's recorded, and we will get to your question as quickly as we can. So say hello as you come in. Let us know where you are in the world, and we're going to get going in about 20 seconds. Get yourself set, get your space set. I'll be sorting out the timing. So all you have to do is follow me and you're good to go. Again, for those of you who are just coming in, all we need is a kettlebell and some floor space. You don't even need a chair today. All right, so let me just get myself set here with my workout, and then we're going to get into our warm-up now in about 5 seconds. So, bit of space on the floor. We're going to go into squats to start. So, feet shoulder width, toes turned out, push your hips back, sit your hips down, hook your fingers under your toes, and push your knees out with your elbows. Hold that for 3 seconds, keeping the fingers under the toes. Raise the hips nice and high for a further 3 seconds. And then back down into that squat again. So, every time we get into the bottom of the squat, we're trying to stick the chest out, pull the shoulder blades back, and drive those knees out to the side. And then raising the hips nice and high, stretching out the hamstrings and the lower back. And you'll feel it all the way up into the shoulder blades and then back down into your squat. So every rep we do, we're adding a little bit more range of movement into it, a little bit more emphasis on the muscles with the stretch. These are called Russian baby makers. That's it. So think about this as your normal everyday squat. You should be able to sit yourself down, soles of the feet on the floor, knees driven out. The elbows are just there in this exercise to emphasize the width that the elbows need. So when you hear the term, drive the knees out, that's what's happening. The elbows, the imaginary elbows essentially are pushing out the knees at the bottom of your squat because so many times the knees fall in under the body. We don't want that. So there you go, little lesson. Learn something new with every workout, hey? Okay, so from there, we're now going to go into lunges. We're going to take a big stride forward. We're going to drop that knee straight down to the floor, come back up and change. And at all times, we're lunging like we are on train tracks. So our feet have a nice gap between them at all times, and we're making sure that we're activating our glutes, our quads, and our hamstrings. And then the upper body is nice and upright. Imaginary glass of water on your head that we don't want to spill. So we're controlling the range of movement as we go. That's it. Okay, so we're just bringing the movement in at the start, and then from here, we're now going to go down onto the floor, onto your back, best breakdance move, and we're going to go into bridging, so we're going to activate those glutes. So driving through the heels, get those hips nice and high. 2 feet driving into the floor. Here's my yawn, I always do it. Okay, let's take 1 foot off the floor now and emphasize the remaining heel for about 3 reps. And after those 3 reps, we're going to change. Full range of movement, changing every 3 reps now. Lower back just very gently touching the floor at the bottom, and then that butt cheek nice and tight at the top. That's it, and back to 2 feet driving through the heels. So we want to get a good glute activation going on here because the first exercise we're going into is swings, and then the one directly after that will be thrusters. So swings and thrusters make up the first Tabata. Let's go back to single leg bridge again. 3 reps and change. Drive through the heel, not the toe. Get those hips as high as you can. Every 3 reps we're changing. Try not to throw that leg that's off the floor up. That'll generate momentum. We don't want that. We want to keep the emphasis on the glute and the hamstring. That's working. We don't want to drag it up using momentum. Okay, so from there, we're now gonna go arms crucifix. Raise the leg, bring it across the body, keep the shoulder blades on the floor, back and down. So we're just getting some rotation into that back now. I'm gonna find you're always tighter on one side more than the other. So we're keeping those shoulder blades glued to the floor. If they pop up, then you're not exaggerating the rotation. So you sacrifice the height of the foot to the floor in order to maintain the shoulder blades glued there. You might get a few clicks and cracks. That's okay. That's just the tendons returning back to their original position. That's it. Good stuff. Okay, and up we get. We're going to flip right into the high plank position now. We're going to get those hip flexors. I'm going to bring that left foot forward, drop the right knee to the floor. Big arm rotation. Keep that rotation aspect coming up with this movement. If necessary, push yourself around a little bit more. And then change feet. Drop the left knee to the floor, right foot in front. Emphasis on that hip flexor. And then it's a big arm rotation around. A little bit of a push on that thigh to help. So every 3 to 4 seconds, we're changing between left and right with the rotation. So remember, we're focusing primarily on the hip flexor. That's the top of the thigh, across the belt line into the lower abs for the stretch. And then the secondary aspect or complementary aspect is that rotation. That's it. And every rep, you're trying to get a little bit further in the range of movement with your stretch. Okay, so a couple more seconds, and then we are going to get into our kettlebell swings. All right, up we get. So we're going kettlebell swings for 20 seconds, 10-second breather, and then it's kettlebell thrusters. So we are focusing on Tabata, and Tabata is 20 seconds of work as hard and fast as you can, 10 seconds of rest. We're going for 8 rounds, 4 Tabatas back to back, 16 minutes total. You get that extra minute for free. It's on me. Get your kettlebell. Get ready to swing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swing. So we are driving that floor away. We're squeezing our abs at the top. It gives us a platform to drive the bell back down into the swing again. Don't rely on gravity. And rest. Get that bell on your chest, one hand or two. We're going into thrusters, feet shoulder width. Remember our squat at the start in our warm-up. Keep the knees out. Let's go. Drop into your squat. Drive to the sky. Keep that tempo up, provided you can maintain the technique. And rest. Whew, one of each done. Back to swings. Don't go anywhere. Ready to go again. And swing. So I'm aggressively driving the floor down. I'm squeezing my abs and my shoulder blades in order to avoid those hips flying across the room. And it allows me to maintain control. And rest. Woo! Okay, heart rate's up, breathing's up. We're going into our thrusters. 2, 1, thrusters. Full squat, press. Full squat, press. Push yourself now. And rest. Halfway. Woo! Swings are next. 2, 1, swing. It's 20 seconds. Get the tempo up. Push yourself hard. And rest. Breathe. You got 10 seconds. That disappears fast. Bell back on the chest. Let's go. Squat it. Punch it. Remember your scaling levels. Rest. One more of each. Remember your scaling. If the technique isn't working, reduce the weight and swing it. So you're reducing the weight as your first check. If that still doesn't fix the problem, introduce a support structure like a chair or a wall. If that still doesn't work, reduce the range of movement, i.e. the depth in your hips when you squat. And rest. Here we go, thrusters to finish. Then we're going into sky reacher crunch and reverse crunch. Let's go, squat it, drive it. Stay with me. Ditch that bell on the floor. Sky reachers. Bend your knees, feet flat. Sit up, 2 hands to the sky. Try not to swing your arms. We're trying to isolate our abs here. Predominantly upper abs. Just beneath the rib cage. If you're struggling, rest. Okay, if you're struggling, you can hug that kettlebell with your feet. We're going reverse crunch. Hands on floor beside your hips. Feet up at 90 degrees. Let's go. Pump those hips off the floor. Don't let the feet track over your head. They track straight up above the hips. We're trying to hit those lower abs by pumping the hips off the floor. Use your hands to help. Get those hips as high as you can. Control the descent. Rest. Remember that kettlebell between your feet if you need it for the sky reacher. Arms pointed to the sky, zombie style. And sit up. They transition above the head. Oh, hence the name sky reacher. Sky is up there. It's not across the room. Hands are pointing to the sky at all times. Don't swing yourself into the rep. Control it. Focus on the abs. Rest. Woo! All right, here we go. Reverse crunch. Hands on floor beside hips. And let's go. As many reps as you can in that 20-second window, guys. Focus on the lower abs. Visualize them. Stay in the technique. Try not to let a swing take too much momentum. Rest. Woo! Halfway, abs on fire. Sky reacher, here we go. And sky reach. If necessary, slow down the technique in order to get the correct movement pattern dialed in. Or the tempo, I should say. And rest. Whee! All right, hands on floor beside those hips. Here we go. Let's go. Lower abs. Control. It's your body. You tell it what to do, not the other way around. Oh, God, it's tough. Oh, abs are on fire. Rest. Woo! All right, one more of each, and we're back on the kettlebell. Hands to the sky. Let's go. So we're gonna go into our reverse crunch after this, and then it's gonna be sumo deadlift high pull, and then it's gonna be push press. And they are both using the kettlebell. But till then, think about your abs. And rest. We're going into reverse crunch to finish. Woo! Hands on floor beside the hips. Feet to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Pump those hips off the floor. You got this. Straight up, straight down. 3, 2, 1, rest. Up. Get your feet as wide as you can. Turn those toes out. Sit the butt down. Let's go. Drive the floor away. Bell gets traveling or gets steered to the chin. It's all about the hips dropping. Don't tip forward. Sit your butt down. Rest. Stay with that kettlebell. It's going up onto that shoulder. We're going to use a little bit of a hip drive to help get it above the head. Imagine you're shutting the door behind you with your hips. Let's go. Snap them back into place. Stick the butt out. Snap the hips back into place. And you're going to be very aware of your abs. Squeeze them to stop the hips from hyperextending your lower back. It's hips, not knees. Rest. Bell back down. Feet wide. Sumo deadlift high pull. Heart rate's there. Sit. Let's go. That full glass of water's on your head. It's not falling forward because you're dropping the hips. You're keeping the knees driven out to the side. You're engaging those abs. Woo! Rest. Okay, that bell is onto the other shoulder. If it's too heavy for one side, grab it with two hands. But we are using the hips. Let's go. Stick your butt out. Snap it back into place. It's hips, not knees. Yes, the knees will bend in sympathy to the hips, but they do not bend independently. Rest. That push press is more of an ab exercise than anything. Here we go, number 3 on sumo deadlifts. Drop. Let's go. Woo! You got this. Stay with me. Hump day. Can't think of anywhere else you'd rather be. Focus on that technique. Hips low, head high. And rest. Wow. Second last on push press. 3, 2, 1. Shut the door. Stay with me on the tempo if you can. Rest. Woo! One more of each. Is your breathing as heavy as mine? Let's go. Brace those abs. That's what transfers the energy from the lower to the upper. Protects the spine. Keeps you upright. Woo! All right, we'll push press to finish. And then we're going into our body weight Russian twists. It's the last kettlebell exercise. Up. After this, it's body weight Russian twists and body weight V crunch. Oh, I am not looking forward to the V crunch. Oh. Ooh. All right, get that bell out of your way. Sit down, lean back, Russian twists. You're not rowing the boat, you're looking over your shoulder with every rotation. Emphasis is on the abs before you even do a twist. Your heels are very lightly on the floor and you're turning your shoulders as much as you can. Rest. Okay, V crunch, arms beyond the head, legs out nice and straight. You're gonna sit up and touch your toes. Keeping everything straight as possible. Let's go. If you're struggling to keep the legs straight, bend the knees, but you're still looking to lift upper and lower off the floor at the same time. And rest. Sit up, heels light, lean back, You're going to rotate through the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, rotate. So when you're rotating, imagine that shoulder that's twisting around. You're trying to have it pointing straight down between the 2 feet. You're not just using the arms. If you use the arms, you get nothing. You're going nowhere. Twist that torso. Rest. Oh, man. All right, here we go. V-crunch. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hit the floor with the hands and heels every time. It sets the rep up for the full range of movement. If you're still struggling with knees bent, keep the hands beyond the head, draw the legs up. Rest. Woo! We are halfway on our last Tabata. Sitting, heels light, lean back. Let's twist. Literally like we did last summer. Here we go. Come on, stay with me. This is the hardest part. Mental battle. Keep going. Rest. Oh man, okay, V-crunch, second last V-crunch. You got this, Ronan. Stay with me, guys. 3, 2, 1, let's V-crunch. Oh, my abs are not talking to me right now. They're having a tantrum. Gotta keep going. Woo! Rest. Here we go. Last one on each. Lean back. And twist. Stay with me, come on. 20 seconds worth. Woo! Keep it on the abs. Keep it on the rotation. Slow it down if you have to. Rest. Okay, here we go. Last 20-second window. V-crunch. Cherry on top. Arms out. Let's go. Five. Rest. Just hang out there for a second. Woo! I am very aware of my abs right now. Heart rate that's dropping, that's normal. Quickly enough after an ab session. Woo! Well, it's definitely not the toughest I've done, but it's pretty intense when you condense everything down into 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and 8 rounds on one specific area. Alrighty, so we're gonna get into our cool down. If you're still with me, we're gonna go into a passive hang. If you're not still with me, well, hey, look, you're not here, so I can say whatever I like. All right, passive hang, feet wide, drop the hands to the floor, ragdoll, weights on the heels, knees are slightly unlocked and the hips are pushed out the back. We're looking to get the stretch all the way up the back of the body because with the kettlebell work, the majority of the movement has come from the posterior, that's the back of your body. Whether it's the push press, you're using your hips, that's the posterior. Swings, that's the hips, posterior. Squats, hips again. So with the sumo deadlift, you're dropping those hips. So everything we've done with the kettlebell has involved the posterior more so than the anterior, that's the front. So we need to just tell the body it's come to an end, not the body, the training session. And just relax down into it as best you can. Best thing you can do after a session like this is to get out for a nice 20-minute, half an hour walk or run or cycle, some element of cardio. Okay, we're now going to go into a lunge, right knee in front, elbows on the knee, tip the knee forward, feel that stretch come on the hip flexor. If you're watching this on record, thanks for watching. Let us know how you got on. What swear word did you hurl at the screen today? And if it's in a foreign language other than, unfortunately, English, give us a loose translation. Let us know. We might even use it ourselves sometimes. Okay, change sides. Whew, knee on floor, foot in front, 2 elbows on knee, tip knee forward. Stretch out that hip flexor on the knee that's on the floor. Whew. That's it, always breathing in through nose, out through mouth. Relax the shoulder blades, let the body just sink ragdoll style forward. And just emphasizing that hip flexor. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, guys. So that is your hump day workout done. If you're watching on record, like I said, give us a comment. Let us know how you got on. Till then, enjoy the rest of your day. And we will see you live again in 3 days on Saturday, 9 a.m. Have a good one, guys. See you later.